Like, if that's true, then the problem is with men. They need to raise their standards.
No, the problem is that when the sexual revolution happened and everybody decided we're just gonna everybody, instead of women deciding, okay, like this is, my grandma's 98 and her mother taught her and her sister, look, you're gonna have the best chance for getting a husband between 18 and 24. Yeah. So nail down the best guy that you can in those years and lock it down.
Except for me, because I had a glow up, and it was confirmed on this podcast.
Well, okay. But in general, it was like there wasn't this idea that they were gonna a bunch of hot chads that were never gonna marry them, and then they were gonna have to settle for some guy that was in their range. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like back in the day, you only had to choose from your local circle of guys that were in your town or your area, unless you had an arranged marriage or something like that. Now, what he's talking about is true. Like women who are a 4 or a 5 at the bar will, you know, some guy who's just biding his time will take her home, and they think that's the guy that they should be with, and they hold every other guy they're with to that standard.
And that's
everything
the other
off.
Okay, well then it sounds like these men should stop using mid women for sex.
Well, you would think
because
so, but
they're just giving it away. That's the thing. They're just giving it away.
Women are the gatekeepers of sex, not
and it's like,
men will whoever they can.
Well, then the men should stop whoever they want to.
Nice to say, but that's not going to happen.
That's a small proportion of men compared to the behavior.
It's all
compared to the behavior of a large swath of women.
Okay, but if this small group of attractive men stops fucking mid women, it's
why
not.
Would they want to though? Why would they?
Men are supposed to be the leaders. These great leaders who are going to lead us into this beautiful patriarchal utopia, and yet they're fucking 5s and 6s and
there's
living
not
an
a
inflated
patriarchal
senses of self.
utopia. But let's think about this for a second. Let's be objective and serious about it. If you're a dude who's one of these top 1% and every woman you come across is spreading her legs and begging for it, are you not going to, you know, on a slow day go for it? That's the way of the world. Genghis Khan, everybody.
I don't know.
Does anybody remember Genghis Khan?
If this is a problem.
So you as a woman, whether you like it or not, the responsibility is on women. We are the gatekeepers of sex.
I don't see why.
It is because also
I really don't logically see why.
Why don't you see why?
Our innocence and ability to.
Sex without permission is that word. Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Sure.
I agree.
I mean, jumping off that, yeah, it takes 2 people to have sex. If there's a responsibility on women to stop batting out of their league, the men who are out of their league have a responsibility to turn them down.
Before birth control, before hormonal birth control and abortion, that's what women did. We were very careful about who we let in the gate because the repercussions were really, really important and extreme, and you couldn't just go get a fetus deletus or whatever, right? So like there was women were very serious about who they picked. Like if I interviewed my grandma on my channel about how she chose her husband, and she said, well, I thought about like, you know, can he support me and a bunch of kids? Is his family nice? Does he believe in the same things as me? What church does he go to? Does he have a good reputation? Now, if you ask a girl, like these girls, right? They're like, whoever's going to plow me hardest in the back of a car is who I'm going to go for. This is what happens.
I don't think that's true. I think you have a really pessimistic worldview.
It's not a pessimistic worldview. It's completely realistic.
None of the people I know in real life think that way.
The problem is there's no repercussion. There's no repercussion for women.
Literally,
statistically,
you girls are banging Chad. That's who you're going for.
That's a weird thing to say.
It's weird how it all comes back down to having mutual respect for each other, and everything else falls in place.
Well, hold on. We just did this experiment on Bumble.
We did.
We had, you said yes to 1, yes to 2. You said 0.
I have a boyfriend. He would be genuinely upset if he saw me see a guy's picture and say yes, and I have respect for my boyfriend.
So you said no to all those. So you didn't see any attractive men there?
I mean,
it's not disrespectful.
No, it's not disrespectful. I can be objective and say that I can look at someone else and find them attractive.
0 out of 30.
Yeah, it's just the respect thing. It's not like none of those men fit my physical standard.
I know you're trying to be respectful to your boyfriend, but like the whole point of it was like, if you were single.
I'm sorry I messed up the experiment.
Okay,
I'm
fine,
trying not to get beat when I go home.
I'll even exclude you from it. We had 1, 2.
I'm kidding.
1.
No, 5.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, I got my numbers mixed up. 5, I think it was 1, and then 3. And then she was the only one who was kind of reasonable at 10 out of 20. So of the girls who did 1 or 2, so 2 of 20, that would mean like 10%. So okay, and some girls said 1, so that means they find only 5% of the men attractive. And if they said 2, 10% of the men. If you only find 10% of the men attractive, essentially what you're saying is I'm a 9.
Right.
If only 10% of men are attractive, you're basically saying I'm a 9.
No, this doesn't correlate to real life. This is you're on camera. You're being forced to look. It's not perfect, and
it's not perfect.
It doesn't. I'm telling you that real people that I interact with in real life, and literally no one I know thinks this way. And we're all feminists.
Most people meet online. Most people are meeting online. Most people are using dating apps to meet.
Well, that's true. I've seen my friends meet incredibly meet men online.
If you ask most women, most of them say, yeah, like I only find 10% of the men on dating apps attractive.
I have not in person. I have not seen that.
Most women will say.
In real life.
Most women will say.
None of my friends are banging trads.
I think it's
women
something
say I find most men unattractive.
Yeah. I think it's something like 95% of the women all choose the 1% of the men.
Well, and let's just cut the shit too, because it's like, are you really gonna sit here and tell me that you guys are messing around with the dudes who are like 5s or 6s? Of course you're not.
Yes. Well,
right?
Normalize meeting in person.
Here's the other thing, though. So when it comes to relationships, that's when women will settle a little bit.
Post-wall. Yeah.
But
like once they're 35. Like Vivica Fox.
It's because they're expired.
At 60 years old is now ready to settle down with a nice guy at 60.
After you've already been ran through for your entire life.
Right. Bingo. But here's the difference.
Is that not what you're doing, Brian?
Literally.
What am I doing?
You're 34, and are you married?
It's different for guys.
He's not running through girls.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know that.
And also, men don't expire as fast as females do. You get to 25 and that's it.
It's just different.
That's not. Hold on.
No, it's true. It's downhill. It's downhill after 25.
Well, yes, there's a bit of a difference when it comes to peak and whatever. But hold on. So, shit, I lost my train of thought. Damn it. The differential is that, for example, for a woman to consider having a one-night stand, she will bend her rule. Like, for example, she will, how do I frame this?
Desert Joe donated $69. Since the dawn of time, men will f*** anything they can. That means women decide who gets to have sex. Stop personalizing your limited experience. Take accountability for who you let in your vajay.
Yeah, we just talked about how genetic studies reveal that 80% of women who've ever made it to reproductive age have been able to have kids, and only 40% of men
$69.
Yeah, thank you, JDL.
Dating app data bears this out. Women swipe right approximately on 2% of men per Tinder and Hinge statistics. Women are very picky on the apps. This is based on hard data released.
There's definitely been a lot of data out there. Just really quick, though, when it comes to more casual sex. So women, if they're otherwise looking for a relationship, they will break their rule if the guy is attractive enough. So, okay, normally I wouldn't do this, but he's really f***ing hot. I guess I'll have a one-night stand. Whereas men, it's typically the opposite direction. They're not
I can agree with that.
They're not holding out. I'll only have a one-night stand if she's super f***ing hot. No, it's like I'll have a one-night stand when the opportunity presents itself.
It's also like the false sense of ego too. Women perceive themselves so highly, so they're like, oh, I'll do it for this one really attractive guy because he'll definitely date me. I can definitely get him to date me.
Paladins donated $100.
I have something on that.
It's not even about being hyper-attractive conventionally. It's about testosterone and drive. Hit the gym, hit the steroids, be dark triad,
not sure about the steroids, but
that's all women care about.
Give good D. Okay, that's all women. Okay, thank you, man. I think here's one big difference. So as guys, if we can sleep with the girl, we can probably get that girl in a relationship. It's not clear to me, as women, just because you can sleep with a guy does not necessarily mean you can get him into a relationship.
But do the reverse. If you can get him in a relationship, you can probably sleep with him.
Wait, hold on.
You said for men, it's that if they can get a girl in a relationship, they can probably sleep with her.
No. Or as a guy, if we can sleep with a girl,
we can probably get her in a relationship.
There's a good chance we can get her in a relationship.
Right. So for a girl, it's if she can get him in a relationship, she can probably sleep with him.
Well, yeah. That's not really.
No, I mean not ever. Lots of people don't have sex in relationships.
If she can get him into a relationship, but women can sleep with almost any guy. So.
Yeah.
But not if he's saving himself for marriage.
We have had girls that are 200, 300 pounds sit on that side of the table and tell us about how they did 20 dudes in like.
But I think they're lying.
Well,
they're not.
The men
I think they're lying.
But also,
I sort of agree.
I don't know why you would have sex with like a really obese person.
Because all of the like
More
really
cushion.
undesirable,
Some people
That's gross.
for the really
have a type.
undesirable
It's
guys,
not
that's all they're
gross.
getting.
Like,
That's all
that's-
they're gonna get.
It's not what?
No, it's not gross. Like calling someone like gross for that. Like everyone has a type. Some people like bigger people. Some people like smaller people. It's not gross. That's like being like, oh, you're skinny. You're all bone. That's gross. Like banging someone's bones. Like what?
I'll have you come in
Moochina
after
donated
this.
$69.
We got two
So
coming
weird.
in.
When I was younger and a rugby player built like a brick SH1 tea house and woman would throw themselves at me a farm boy scared SH1 itless. Now 47 and earning SH1 clothes but way more picky.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you, Mujana? Mujana?
Cable donated $69.
Wait, stay
Ryan,
for a bit.
is there a discount for the
We're almost
Crucible
done.
crew
We're
to
almost
mute
done,
the
I
lazy-eyed
promise.
fake Christian in the red shirt?
20 minutes?
If so, name your
You
prize.
got it. You got it, girl. What's up?
P.S. She's sneaking her phone under the table.
Get this girl an applesauce. Do you want an applesauce? I'll get you.
Wait, what?
I will get you an applesauce. Wait, is there a discount for the Crucible crew to mute the lazy-eyed fake Christian in the red shirt? What the fuck?
Lol Paladins donated
I think
$69.
mute a microphone is 500.
I'm sleeping
FYI.
with 4 women currently, and 2 of them have actively asked for a relationship with me in the past month.
Did you say no?
It's just
to them? I'm assuming you
biology.
did.
Stop complaining about it. We've only returned to animal nature.
Yeah. You had something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I think it is true that women can sleep with men who are more attractive out of their league that they couldn't necessarily get to date them. What I'm saying is I don't see how that fact relieves men of the responsibility in this situation. I mean, I'm not saying women don't have any responsibility to stop doing it, but I think that I don't know why it all falls on women.
Why does it always have to be the men, though?
I'm literally they're saying there's no responsibility on men to not sleep with women below their league.
Okay,
Right, but like women
if
never
they're
take
not-
accountability for
If
their
they're not
actions.
Christian men, why would they give a shit? Like honestly, if
I
they're
don't
not
know.
Christian, why would they care?
I don't know why. I'm saying maybe we should tell them to care. Maybe we should be speaking
okay,
to
but
the men.
from you're agnostic. So from like a secular worldview, why not spread your
Final
seed
Wave
far and
Feminism
wide?
donated $69. Ancient Greece and Rome had harsh penalties for homemakers, plus had modern equivalents to birth control, as well as adulterers, the men. Men have to be the first movers. Lola Paladins, are you an animal?
Okay. Yo, Final Wave Feminism. Thank you. Continue.
I'm just saying, it sounds like from your perspective, men are only hurting themselves by doing this. So if men are really just uncontrollable animals that can't stop their urges,
But
it brings me back to this
you're
whole. Why
talking
do
about
we,
men like they're a monolith, and what I've
you're
been
talking
trying-
about women like they're
No,
a
I've
monolith.
been trying to tell. Here's the difference. I've been trying to tell you, women don't really have a hierarchy. We just compete for men. Men have a hierarchy, so there's always like these top alpha guys that are miles ahead of everybody else, and there's a large proportion at the bottom. So you can't just throw men together and say, why do men do this? Well, the top guys are going to do what they can and do what they want. And
if you don't think there's a hierarchy
who's going to do anything about
in terms
it?
of women competing for men, that's just crazy. There's absolutely there is a hierarchy of women competing for men.
Yeah, I said the only hierarchy females have is our competition for the best man. Other than that, there is no female hierarchy.
So the male hierarchy is what?
The male hierarchy is this alpha competition similar to wolves, similar to apes, where men compete to be at the top, and whoever
Top of what? are we
the
talking
top
about?
of the hierarchy, the power.
That's a little
she's talking
circular.
about
That's a little circular.
She's
I
not
feel.
circular.
What is the hierarchy? What
She's
do they
talking
get
about in
by
terms
being
of
at the top?
dating. That's what she means. She
Okay.
means
Well,
that like
in all of society. So like,
What is the top
Who
of the-
gets to the top of the power structure? Who gets to mate
Like
with
the
the top
president?
females? Yes, the president, the
President.
gang
Joe
leader.
Biden.
But that doesn't.
Joe
act-
Biden's
Well,
eating
would
ice
you
cream.
have sex
He's eating
with
ice
Joe
cream.
Biden?
young Joe Biden. Yeah.
You would go to town
He
with
was-
Joe
he
Biden.
was pretty
her
physically
pass.
attractive.
That's her pass.
It's through all of society. So you could look at government. You could look at gangs. How does a male get to be the head of the gang? He's the top alpha. He's the most dangerous. He's the one who has beaten out all the other men to be on top. Men have an extremely competitive hierarchy, and
Rachel
it's
wasn't
dangerous.
a gang, by the way. Rachel,
Was
what?
I?
You were a gang. You were in a gang.
Oh.
Was it the same gang that
was.
with the Capitol that they charged the Capitol? Was that the
Oh
gang?
my,
No.
Okay. Anyway.